Okay, welcome you all back to the session. So we were discussing about the wage employment and the self-employment comparison between these two. Now we are going to study and discuss about how to get ready for an employment. So each candidate need to understand what is the basic procedure to obtain any employment. So once you decided your career, your the type of employment, that is wage employment, then you need to understand which all things you need to consider. So to begin this process, you need to identify the sources of information about a job vacancies. आपको सबसे पहले ये जानना होगा कि हमें कौन सी जॉब वैकेंसीज अवेलेबल हैं या जॉब वैकेंसीज क्या-क्या अवेलेबल मार्केट में हो रही हैं जो हमारी एलिजिबिलिटी से मैच करती हैं, हमारी क्वालिफिकेशन से मैच करती हैं. सो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड सर्टेन सोर्सेज. पहले हमें वो माध्यम समझना होगा जिस माध्यम से हमें ये जानकारी प्राप्त होती है कि क्या जॉब्स हैं, कौन कौन से जॉब्स इस समय अवेलेबल हैं. जैसे एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज पहला सोर्स, प्लेसमेंट एजेंसीज, न्यूज़पेपर एंड मैगजीन्स, employment newspapers or news, internet, leaflets, notice board of the offices and the factories, television and radio, mobile phone, and friends and relatives. So these are certain sources by using you can understand and get to know the job vacancies. Okay, now we'll have a first source in the continuation, that is employment exchange. What is the role of employment exchange? Let's have a brief discussion on employment exchange. The first, in India, these employment exchanges have been set up by the government. What is the basic purpose behind for setting up these exchanges? To bring together जॉब सीकर एंड जॉब प्रोवाइडर्स, जिन्हें जॉब चाहिए और जो जॉब बना रहे हैं दूसरों के लिए, उन दोनों को ही एक कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म देने के लिए एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज बनाए गए हैं. इसको बनाने के लिए गवर्नमेंट ने इनिशिएटिव लिया है, यानी कि इन्हें गवर्नमेंट ने बनाया है, गवर्नमेंट ने सेटअप किया है. सेकेंड, द एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज मेंटेन्स the list of job seekers and register their name for different categories of jobs according to their qualification. Employment exchange में एक रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन किया जाता है जहां जॉब सीकर्स की लिस्ट रिकॉर्ड की जाती है, बनाई जाती है, यानी कि जिन्हें रोजगार चाहिए उनके नाम, उनके पते, उनकी क्वालिफिकेशन सब कुछ रिकॉर्ड किया जाता है, रजिस्टर किया जाता है. और ये लिस्ट तैयार की जाती है डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज ऑफ जॉब्स की बेसिस पर, यानी कि जिस तरह की जॉब्स उसी तरीके के जॉब सीकर्स की लिस्ट. नेक्स्ट, व्हेन द एम्प्लॉयर अप्रोचेस द एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज फॉर द रिक्रूटमेंट, identifies the candidate from its list and inform them about these vacancies so that they can approach the concerned employees. हमने स्टार्टिंग में ही समझा कि एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज में दोनों ही पार्टीज को आमने सामने लाया जा सकता है, जैसे जिन्हें जॉब चाहिए और जो जॉब दे रहे हैं, जॉब सीकर्स एंड जॉब प्रोवाइडर्स. अब जॉब प्रोवाइडर्स एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज में अप्रोच करते हैं किसके लिए? जॉब सीकर्स के लिए. एम्प्लॉयर्स का क्या काम है, जो जॉब प्रोवाइडर्स हैं उनका क्या काम है कि हमारे पास में अगर कोई नेचर ऑफ वर्क अवेलेबल है तो उसके लिए किस तरीके का एम्प्लॉय हमें चाहिए, इसको अवेल करने के लिए वो कहाँ कॉन्टैक्ट करते हैं? एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज में करते हैं. सो द रोल ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज इज लाइक व्हाट? It is a platform which actually connects the job seekers and the job providers on the basis of their job position, nature of work, on the basis of the qualification, on the basis of their experiences, or any other technical know-hows of the jobs. So here we can say the employment exchange is playing a intermediary role in between these two, job seeker and job provider. Now on the basis of this, we can define the objective of and the different functions of employment exchange. The primary objective of employment exchange is to settle the job seekers either through the regular jobs or through the self-employment. Yes, employment exchange registered such candidates, those who are looking forward for the different wage employments as well as for the self-employment. So employment exchange start creating a platform for them. The next, on the basis of this objective, the employment exchange performs certain functions. The first function to achieve this objective is to register and placement of job seeker. Yes, to register all job seeker into the employment exchange as per the nature of job, as per the nature of work, and the eligibility criteria and the qualification gained by the candidate. Another function, market information. Yes, of course, employment exchanges are performing a function of gathering the different informations from the market which are quite related with the demand of the work, demand of the job. We can say like it collects the comprehensive employment market information on quarterly basis as for creation of database. You can see why employment exchange is performing this function, to create a database for the job providers. Next, career counseling and vocational guidance. Actually, these employment exchanges undertake career counseling sessions and vocational guidance with a view to effectively guiding the job seekers. Yes, sometimes the candidates are not clear about which employment is best suitable for them. So for that purpose, employment exchanges usually conducts these career counseling and vocational guidance also. So the candidate will clearly understand that which employment is best and appropriate for an individual. Next, specialized study or surveys. Employment exchange conducts certain specialized study or survey just to have an assessment of skills available into the market. And these skills are marketable skills. Marketable skills means like if you have certain skills in your qualification, in your professional knowledge, or so that can be applied in a correct manner. For that purpose, employment exchange usually conducts certain studies and surveys. It means like job seekers, they have their own specified skills and these should be utilized at a proper place in an appropriate job. So for that purpose, employment exchange conducts certain surveys to find out the special skills. Next, the disbursement of an employment allowance. Yes, it also being done usually performed by the employment exchange, that they arrange the disbursement of unemployment allowances to certain specific categories of job seekers through the employment exchange as decided by some of the state governments. See, if somebody is unemployed and they are registered into employment exchange, so the state government can decide or may decide the disbursement of certain unemployment allowances. So we can understand the function of employment exchange on the basis of these all. The first function, registration of job seeker. The second is to gather the market information just for creation of database. Third, career counseling and vocational guidance for the job seekers. Fourth, specialized study or surveys to identify the marketable skills. Fifth, the disbursement of unemployment allowances specifically being announced by any state government. Let's have another information on employment exchange. Employment exchanges in India, there are more than 940 employment exchanges which are run by the state governments to provide a support to the job seekers. And these include State Employment Exchange, District Employment Exchange, Rural Employment Bureau, University Employment Information and Guidance Bureau, and these all are controlled by the Directorate General of Employment and Training. Now you need to understand the role of these all again. That the first employment exchange type is State Employment Exchange, second District Employment Exchange, third Rural Employment Exchange, and University Employment Information and Guidance Bureau, all being controlled, supervised by the DGET. Now, what is the procedure to get registered into the employment exchange? So, the first procedural point, that is application. So, you have to apply first into the employment exchange by, we can say, by providing the basic information of your qualification, of your job eligibilities and your skills and your specific skills. So by this way, we can apply into the registration office, employment exchange. Second, you have to enclose documents. My dear students, please look upon all these steps you need to follow while registering into the employment exchange. First, application. Second, enclosed documents. Filled up the card and verification. And fourth, card attested and keep as record. First, application is very simple. Like you have to apply for a specific registration with the specific details of your qualification, of your skills, of your experiences. Second is enclosed document. Enclosed documents, that can be like just to get a employment card, you have to enclose certain documents like proof of certain proofs, certain photocopies of your qualification, your we can say academic achievements. So it's like mark sheet copies, another the proof of your residence, the driving license, your voter ID card, if you are having PAN card, PAN number, that also you need to submit and enclosed with the application into the Office of Employment Exchange. Third, you have to fill up the card. Having filled up the card and with the enclosures ready, you are to see the employment officers with your original certificate and copies. It means to obtain the employment exchange card, you have to appear to the employment exchange officer, but you have to carry your original certificates and copies of your records. Once he will verify the whole documents and get attest all the documents, then they may issue one card to you, that is called employment card, and this card to be attested from the employment exchange and will keep as a record with you. A candidate can keep it as a record with them for the further correspondence with the employment exchange or with the other employers. Now, you have to make a note on this, that this registration card is to be renewed after every 3 years. It means you can use this only for 3 years, but after 3 years, you have to renew the card. Either you renew the card or either you make a new card as per your new qualification, as per new experiences, any. So this is the procedure of registration. Let's have a look on the different jobs available through the employment exchanges. Generally, these jobs are of, we can say, a technical nature as well as non-technical nature. In the previous slide, you get to know that there are two different types of wage employment: technical wage employment and ministerial wage employment. Now you can understand by these names, like these are the certain vacancies, like AYA, meter reader, barber, motor mechanic, booking clerk, nurses, caretaker, office assistant, carpenter, operation theatre technician, data entry operator. So many jobs you can see over here, which you can obtain through the employment exchanges. Now, there is another source called placement agencies. Just now you get to know the role of employment exchange, which are set up by the government, by the state government especially, for the job seekers. Now, what is the role of placement agencies to make an arrangement for the jobs for the persons seeking for the wage employment? These private agencies advertise. They advertise the vacancies in the newspapers, periodicals, and internet. They prepare the data bank of all the prospective employers and the job seeker. This data bank helps them to find out the suitable employer for the job seeker and vice versa. They keep on informing the job seeker periodically about the employers and the availability of jobs according to their qualification, skill, and experiences. Now, my dear students, just try to make a difference between these two. Placement agencies and employment exchanges both are working for the same purpose. The purpose is only one: to inform the job seekers and the job providers about the available jobs. But the functioning of these two different sources is quite different with each other. Employment exchange usually registered the job seekers and providing the details to the job providers. But in the case of placement agencies, they usually advertise the job vacancies. They don't register the job seeker. They usually inform the job seekers by using certain sources, which is like newspaper, internet, and any other periodical. And on the basis of the application, they prepared the data bank of all the prospective job seekers as well as the employers. This data bank is actually helps the employer, the second party, to find out the job seeker, to find out the appropriate candidate. Another thing, these placement agencies are informing the job seekers whenever the employers are creating jobs as per their qualification. So usually the functioning of placement agency is quite different from the employment exchange. To the next, that is a further explanation on, we can say, the placement agencies. They are using the newspaper, periodicals, and internet for making an announcement of certain jobs. For that purpose, they are using advertising media. This advertising media can be print media. It means newspapers. By using the newspapers, they can print the available jobs, and the job seekers can get information through this print media. On the second part, for the second party, that is employer, all small and big companies can also advertise their job vacancies into such newspapers, into the print media, to get informed to the job seekers, which are as per the criteria of the job. Now, these newspapers can be these job vacancies can be printed into the newspaper at regional level or at national level. It depends that which newspaper a job provider is selecting. The another common source of print media, that is employment news. It is a weekly publication that carries all the advertisement for job vacancies. Yes, this is a common and the strongest media, I can say, for the job seekers as well as for the job provider. By this media, we can obtain a pool of candidate for a particular job. So an employer can get more and more prospective candidates or the prospective employees from this source. So there is a role of advertising media is quite impressive and at vast level. Now the second media into the advertising series, that is electronic media. Electronic media these days is into the, we can say, into a very famous form, that the advancement of the information and communication technology has bring the electronic media as the common one and the convenient source of recruitment. Now, how it is? There are so many websites available these days, and the job seeker and the appropriate candidate can find out the job as per their qualification or as per their eligibility. Now, such certain common sites and websites are available, that is like Naukri.com, monsterindia.com, careerindia.com and placementindia.com, etc. These websites are providing the platform to search for the various jobs. These jobs can be of any nature. It depends again on the same basis. It is of technical nature, it is of non-technical nature. It can be a technical, it can be ministerial also. So this particular electronic media is providing the most common and the convenient platform for the job seeker as well as for the job providers. How to apply for a job? Because you are into the process of getting employment. Now, how you will apply for a job? You will prepare your biodata, your resume. The resume is consisting all the details related to your academic achievements, your qualification, your experiences, and the particular skill you obtained. So biodata is complete. We can say it is a complete profile of yours that consists all relevant details. So if you want to apply for a job, kindly create one biodata with all details to provide to the placement agencies or to the employment exchange or to the other. Now, covering letter. We'll talk about the another form, how to apply, how you will cover your letter, which all things you will like consist into the particular letter which you are applying for the job. The covering letter is when applying for the job, the biodata should be accompanied with an appropriate covering letter. And that how to cover, you are simply thinking about that how to write a covering letter. In this section, you have to learn about few things like how will be the opening cover. We can say like this is where you tell the employers who you are, why are you writing, and how you came to know about the vacancy. The second is suitability of your candidature. Suitability of your candidature means the objective of this part is that the letter is to mention the reason why the employer should see you in a viable candidate, as a candidate.
Ma'am, last
Yes.
one.
Okay, sir, fine. So, and you have to make a mention about that which organization you're applying. And finally you have to check the whole things about your letter, about your application, that which topography you used, is there any misspellings or grammatical errors that you need to finalize. Now you are ready for the complimentary close, and do not forget to put your signature at the end of your letter. So these are the two steps you need to follow for applying a job. Then afterwards, you will have to appear for certain employment tests. That can be written test, physical fitness test, interview, and the personal interview. These all actually on the basis of the nature of the job and the job you are applying for. So few jobs only required written test or a personal interview, but many of the jobs, these are requiring physical fitness, medical fitness, and the personal interview as well. So what you have learned today? You have learned for getting ready for an employment, you have learned the various sources of information, the employment exchange, the placement agencies, and the advertising media in the form of print media and electronic media. Thank you so much, students, for listening me, and I hope you all will get to know that how to apply for the wage employment. And before to apply for the wage employment, you need to understand that what is wage employment. I hope we will see you into the next session about the next part of the employment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, NRS team, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Good day.
Hello.